So over the last few weeks, we've gotten some great feedback from everyone on our GUI and our product. So what I want to do is kind of run you through all the changes we made and show you what the final product looks like. So this is the final part. It's in a machine billet case, acts as a heat sink too. It's very ruggedized. We made a couple small tweaks since this version. We kind of took about a ½ pound out of it. It does have our 3-hole flange, which accepts our roll bar mount that we make. So it'll go on an 1 3/4, 1 5/8, or 1 1/2 tube if you're mounting it in a race car. So I'll plug this unit in and let's go through the GUI and I'll show you all the cool stuff we added to it. So I opened our app, it's hooked up via COM3. I just hit connect. You can kind of see the prompt down here of what's going on with the unit. So I can click read, it'll tell me what's going on. So it says configuration read successfully. I can pick what type of motor, brushed, brushless. This time we're gonna use brushless. Control input, we're gonna use a GM temp sensor. I've got some potentiometers rigged up to simulate the sensor. Temperature range is 150 on at 50%, 200 degrees at 100%. When it gets to 100%, it turns on the relay for a second fan or another option. You could use it for fuel pumps too. This thing is not just for fans. We can set the fuse limit here. Initially, we had the fuse limit set at 50 amps. It was not a hardware restriction at the 50 amps. It was, we were concerned about heat on the PCB. Now that we have our aluminum cases and we're doing more testing, we increased this up to 90 amps and we're continuing to do more testing on that. So it could change a little bit, but so I just had the smart fuse set at 60 amps. I have 2 pretty big brushless motors on this, so they draw a lot of juice. I have the startup fuse at 60 amps too, because it seems to work just fine. I have the BLDC on normal. We can do normal or inverted on fan 1 or fan 2, and the relay has a positive or negative output on it, depending on how you want to wire your relay. I usually use negative personally. A lot of people like positive. The reason I like negative is I'm just so used to it because 30 years ago, actually 35 years ago, I was a car stereo installer when I went to college in the military. PWM polarity, that's input from an ECU. You can do normal or inverted. So a lot of ECUs have positive or negative, so you can just pick it. But like a Holley Terminator only has negative, so it keeps you from putting a pull-up resistor on it. You can save this file to your drive, and then if you want to say, hey, my name is Bob, so if it's Bob's car, Bob's Camaro, I can save the file of that and that configuration saved. I can always go back and load it into another device. We have a lot of customers that do like hydraulic coolers and stuff, and they might flash 100 units at once. So if they have their file saved for their vehicle they're working on, it helps them some time to do that. This button's also load from file, so it'll grab the file that you saved and then put it on the product. Then you have test mode. So here we can enter test mode. So we're in test mode now. So what's cool is you'll start to see some stuff happen over here. So this would be our GM temp sensor. So this is what temp it's at right now. It's at 134.8 degrees. Roughly, it varies around a little bit. This records in a 5-minute window, basically. We can also check the analog sensor. So it's bouncing around a little here because it's not hooked up to anything. This will be your PWM input from an ECU. This device has a Holley Dominator hooked up to it currently. So we can drive it positive or negative PWM. This length of this cycle here will tell you how long the fan will do in its duty. Then we also have a current sensor in there. So with it on, the LED flash and the CAN bus plugged in, everything, it's drawn like 200 milliamps. Then the volt supply, this is the volt supply at the unit, not the volt supply at your battery. So we're at like 12.7-ish volts. And then the last tab we have is the temperature of the board. So it's around 58 to 58.2 volts. This is typical stuff that you see. So we'll go back and just click current load, and then I'll just turn this fan on like 72% duty. So if I want to test these brushless fans, I can just hit start. It wants me to cycle the ignition. I cycled the ignition, hit enter on test mode. So now we're back in. We'll hit start. Now the fans are starting to start. We'll apply the duty. So they're brushless fans, so they're doing their test. Now they started going. You can see the current go up. So we got one fan running right now. We'll turn the temp up just a little bit more. We'll hit apply duty. So you can hear the fans are pretty loud. I'll shut them off. But we're in that 35, 36 amps. So now I just shut the fans off, so you saw the current go from here to there. There's also a relay on this, so I can click on the relay, and it took to a second fan. So you see that current come up here, a few amps. We just got a small fan hooked to it. Actually, the current won't come up because it's hooked just to the battery, so now it's off. So we smart fuse the brushless fans through our unit, which is kind of unique. It'll do the same thing with the brush fans. So that's a little preview on the GUI. Thanks for your time, and please give us any feedback and see anything else. Oh, one last thing. Firmware update, something we added here. So you can check the version of firmware that we have in the unit. So we're at 1.0.0 plus 0. And if you want to upload, we can, when we release new files, we can email that out to you or post it on our website, and then just click update firmware and it'll automatically update through CAN. So that's it. I appreciate all the feedback we've gotten from you guys, and thanks for the pre-orders, and have a great day.